Here's a ranking Colorado may not be proud of. It ranks 11th among all states for its foreclosure rate. Foreclosures cost homeowners their credit, I don't know, it's really, really hard on them. And it's also hard on banks. They lose a lot of money, you know? And so these companies offering to modify your loans, most of them are scams. So what do? There is a way to get out of this. There is a way. It's called short sale. That's where you negotiate with the lender and you say, look, foreclosure is going to cost us all. What do you say? I get someone to buy the house and then you accept it and let me go. And that can work. That can work. But you need someone who knows the system. Julie Maeda with Ideal Homes is with us. They are specialists in short sales. And I was talking to Julie before we went on, and I didn't realize this, but you've been doing this for 7 years.
Absolutely.
So the economy's been in the tank for about 3.
Right. So we came in knowing...
4 years before that.
Right. We came in knowing that there was going to be a need for this. This is all we do all day long.
And you've done it 7 years ago.
Absolutely. Because of our experience, it makes us really good at what we do.
Okay, so you are a short sale expert. You know the people at the lending institutions, banks, to call, and you know what to say. Mm-hmm. And so you're appealing now to who? People who want to sell and get out of the homes and list with you, or people who want to buy them?
Well, kind of both.
Okay, but mostly those who want to get out of them.
What we do is, if there is a homeowner who is facing foreclosure, late on payments, can't sell their home, give us a call. If they're over-leveraged, we will help them facilitate a short sale. Okay. Take them under our wing and get the ball rolling. We are the buyer, so we can get the ball rolling a little bit more quickly.
Now, wait a minute. I know we talked about this before. You actually do buy some of the homes yourself directly?
We buy all of the homes. Now, our intention is to resell the home.
Obviously, you want to make a profit. Right. But you have the power to buy and hold for a while, whereas a homeowner may need to get out of it.
Right.
And I understand that concept. It's legitimate. So they are going to front the money to get you out of the house legitimately with the lender, because there's a lot of scams on that too we ought to talk about, right? So then you negotiate with the lender, and they truly are out of the home.
Yes. Yes.
Because the scams that come in sometimes hand the homeowner maybe $500 and say take off, and then they rent that house out and never make the payments. You know, there are a lot of equity skimming scams. So beware of people who say they're going to get you out of that loan.
And beware of people who say they're going to rent it back to you, or...
Oh, yes. The so-called foreclosure rescue teams.
Right. Right.
So what you do is totally different. Explain it.
So we take the homeowner under our wing. We facilitate the short sale. We negotiate with the banks, take that burden off of their shoulders.
Before it goes to foreclosure.
Before it goes to foreclosure. Now, if there is a homeowner that is 2 or 3 weeks out from foreclosure, what we'll do is, because we're the buyer, we call that lender and say, hey, let's get that foreclosure date pushed back because we want to buy the property. Now, our intention is to resell the property. So what we do is we will market the property while we're negotiating with the bank to resell it.
Sure you do. Sure, you want to sell it as soon as possible. And so how long usually from beginning to end, if there is such a thing, the usual time, is there? Or does it vary so greatly?
You know,
from beginning to end with
a contract? It used to be that it could be a quicker process, but because the lenders are just inundated with foreclosures and loan modifications and short sales, it's taking at least 90 days and sometimes longer, quite possibly much longer.
Okay, so when you get the process rolling, what happens in the meantime with the homeowner? Do they make their payments? Do they not? Or is it?
That's completely dependent upon their situation.
If they can't afford it.
Absolutely.
If they can't, they can't.
I am not in a position to tell them one way or another whether they should make their payment or they shouldn't. That's a personal decision. What
are some of the reasons you find people calling you? And by the way, speaking of calling, we're going to tell you for the rest of the hour, 303-771-HELP, 771-4357, right now to speak to her experts. Okay, some of the reasons, like for example, is it Jenny or Watson?
Jeannie.
Jeannie. Mm-hmm. Why did she contact you?
You know, Jeannie was in a tough spot. She was facing foreclosure.
Okay.
It was imminent. We were about 6 days out of her sale date. She came to us kind of in a panic.
Let's talk to her. Jeannie, you couldn't be here today, and sorry for you, you didn't get to meet me, but that's all right. Jeannie, can you tell us your experience and why you went to Ideal Homes, what they did for you?
Well, actually, we were facing foreclosure.
Yeah.
We had problems with an arm, and our rate had jumped so high that we were having trouble paying it.
Yeah.
And then we had problems with my husband lost his job, and then several months later I lost my job, and we just got way too far behind.
How much did you owe on the house compared to what it was worth?
We had paid for 4 years outrageous amounts of money, and we still owed $10,000 more than what we originally purchased it for.
I understand. Well, do you know how much that was compared? I'm just trying to get an idea of how short the sale was.
Well, Jeannie is still in the process.
Oh, she's in the process? Okay.
$247,000 for our house, and we now owe around $252,000.
Okay, so you're not that upside down, but enough to be concerned, for sure.
Well, our new tax assessment just came out. Our house is actually only worth about $211,000.
Oh, so what are you doing for her now? She's not totally out of it yet. She's in the process.
Well, we really did hit the ground running with her because we had a foreclosure date that was about 5 days out.
Oh.
So we got that paperwork in, spoke to the lenders, and got her foreclosure date pushed back because Jeannie really needed time.
Okay, so you bought her time right now, and now you're in the process of acquiring that home?
Yes.
So you'll acquire that home, save her a foreclosure.
Yes.
And get her out of it. And that's a good thing because
that is our intention.
She was that close to foreclosure.
Yes.
Well, actually, and I'd really like to say that Julie and Ashley were amazing. I had surgery and was just really out of it, and they kept calling and checking on me. And my bank had actually gone to court to reverse the stay on my house because I had taken out bankruptcy. And they called and said, hey, do you realize that your house is up for foreclosure on Wednesday? And this was on Thursday. And I had no idea. If they hadn't just happened to run across it online, I wouldn't have even known until somebody knocked on my door and said, hey, you need to be out.
So you keep up on the property. Thank you for the call. We appreciate
Thanks,
that,
Jeannie.
So you keep up on the properties you have listed or that you're buying to make sure this doesn't happen.
Right, because we don't want our homeowners to go into foreclosure.
That's the whole idea, is to prevent foreclosure.
That's right. So if we wouldn't have looked online to see when the sale date was, unfortunately, Jeannie could be out on the streets right now.
So, Ideal Homes has short sale experts standing by. I want you to know, of course, you can call them anytime, but really take advantage of it this hour while they're there, 303-771-HELP. They're right there right now, can answer questions directly. They can tell you what lenders they're used to working with, all the major lenders. And now, when they're not here, you want to talk to them? 303-542-3132. Is their office?
No,
I'm sorry.
Our office number is 303-337-4245.
I don't know where did I get this number? I have no idea where I got that number. Okay. 303-337-4245.
Right. And also, we're available online at solvedquick.com.
Solvedquick.com. Solvedquick.com.